Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. I wasn't gonna do this, but so many people are still asking questions and don't fully understand the summoning and how things are changing. So I think I'm gonna clarify a little bit. A huge thanks to Tropics underscore from Reddit, linked to his post in the description below, for producing this awesome infographic. I was about to do it myself, and then I was browsing Reddit and saw it, and I was like, wait a minute, that's 1,000 times better than I can make it look. So let's talk through it with his or her guidelines. So the long and the short of it is, if you don't want to watch a whole video, yes, spend your ML bookmarks now, and possibly, yes, spend your mystics now. There's really no argument to not spend your ML bookmarks now, but there is kind of an argument to not spend mystics if that's something you're really interested in taking chances on. Anyways, let's talk about this and why it's really, really, really amazing and really, really unimpactful at the same time. So first thing is, Moonlight heroes are going to now be added to the Covenant summons. There's a 4.35% chance of a 3-star, 0.5 of a 4-star, and 0.15 of a 5-star within Covenant summons. That said, keep in mind, this is specifically only Covenant summons. This is not banners, this is not Bolognas, this is not drop rate ups. This is nothing at all outside of Covenant summons, which I personally have never summoned on outside of my daily summon. So keep that in mind going forward. It seems like a fantastic change, but because of that one minor detail, or major detail, depending on how you look at it, it's really not going to affect much. And as such, we want to summon now for Bologna. We don't want to wait. There's no reason to be honest. So keep that in mind going forward. Next up is drop rate banners, which is just every new weekly banner we get, basically, now have pity systems just like a regular limited does. So let's say Tamarin comes out. She's going to have a 121 pity just like every other limited unit did. And you're also not going to be able to summon any unit that's 5-star outside of Tamarin. So if you get a 5-star character, it's guaranteed to be Tamarin, for example. Also, the drop rate is up to 1%. I forget what it was before, but I think that's higher than before for the pity rate unit for the main unit you want, but less than overall with others bundled in. So that is super, super, super important to realize. Now you can basically get anybody if you save up for them, guaranteed from the pity. Super keep that in mind. And again, super keep in mind that there are no Moonlight summons in the pity banners like this. You won't get that 5% less chance to summon a 3-star artifact, and you won't get that 5% chance to summon an ML unit unless you're in Covenant summons. As they say here, the percentage you now have to summon a Moonlight hero is taken from artifacts, so minus 5% on 3-star artifacts and plus 5% in a bucket of ML summons, specifically only on Covenants. And this is the part that confuses people and why I'm repeating myself, because not everybody fully understands it. So next up is Mystic summons now have a pity pull system, which is going to work essentially just like a regular pity system, as you can imagine, except it takes 200 summons, which is 10,000 mystic medals, which sounds like a lot, but it's for an ML 5-star unit, which is not so. So keep that in mind. This pity is not retroactive, so it's only counting things from the point this is implemented into the game. There's also an ongoing counter. So if, for example, ML Ravi is here and you don't get 200 summons during her time, your 200 pity summons will proceed on to the next one. So you can save them up for a specific ML5. Let's say you're waiting for ML Crow. You can honestly get to 200 summons and then just sit there and wait for Crow to come up, and you're guaranteed to get them on your next summon. So really fantastic feature. I love this. And this is gonna probably be my first ML Nat 5 is from this style of summon. So I am very excited for this. So there's also a 4-week rotation here with how the summons are going to work on these new Mystic banners. So there is going to be every 4 weeks, a new 5-star ML5 is featured, and then an old ML 4-star is featured in the same rotation. And then an old ML5 is featured and a new ML4 is featured on the same rotation. And regular heroes and artifacts, as it says here, will be renewed every week. There's also a minor change that you'll be able to purchase 50 Mystic Medals from the secret shop. This does make shop refreshing much, 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 much better, but also way more expensive. I don't know if they're going to take the place of friendship bookmarks or if they're just going to lower the chance of friendship bookmarks. I'm guessing just lower the chance. No idea what chance they're going to show up on, but I'm guessing about the same amount as Covenant. Last but not least here, everyone who spent Galaxy bookmarks and Mystic bookmarks is going to get 50% of them back. 50% refund back from them for anything spent before August 2nd. So this means if you've summoned 100 ML units, you get 50 summons back. Like, that is mind-blowing. Absolutely flipping mind-blowing, which is why it's 100% important to spend all of your gold's transmit stones now. There's no reason to save. Absolutely so generous and so insane of them. There's also a 50% refund on Mystic Metals, and I personally am under the group that should spend them now. I really think you should, because let's say you buy a 700 Mystic pack, you're going to get 1,050 out of that pack in the long run right now because of the future 50% return. But also keep in mind, every time you summon a Mystic bookmark right now, you're not getting it towards the pity rate. So you need to decide if you'd rather have a 50% extra amount of summons or have a lot of that go towards pity. And also to keep in mind, the 50% you get back will count for pity. So you're really not missing much by saving. But I've had people say that they're going to save because they don't want CC. So I just thought I'd mention that. I personally think you should summon now because 50% of extra every bookmark you spend is just really solid. So it also says refund starts when patch hits the 8th of August. And one thing I'm not sure about is I thought it said the refunds are going to start rolling out on the 8th, which implies we're not going to get everything at once. I'm not sure how that works, and I can't confirm that yet, but I'm sure we'll see next week on the patch note. So I really hope this helped out, and I just a big thank you to Tropics for putting this together because it's absolutely beautiful, way better than I could have done. I would have just talked and we would have been here for 30 minutes while I tried to explain it in a roundabout way. So thank you for that. This just made all of our jobs easier. And again, link description below to his Reddit thread to go find the image and discuss it there. So yeah, let me know how many gold transmit stones you're going to get back. You can actually check in your section of the quest under merchant unit. That's insane. I thought I was gonna get 47 back, but then I realized I forgot to cut it in half, so I'm actually only gonna get something like 25 to 30 ML summons. So wow, poor me, eh? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye everybody.